Okay, let's see. So let's go again. Tiger1957. Let's try the Smith-Morra gambit. We haven't had one of those today. Get my king a bit safer. F5, bishop H6, maybe. Not particularly sophisticated, but it sets some problems, I think, for black here. King safety problems. So F5, bishop H6. These guys are not developed yet, but this will be liberated with F5 anyway. Can't play here. I can play G4 though, and then maybe F5 and G4. So we get this G file for rook G1. That could be quite dangerous. So F5, what's E5? Okay, I could play G5, lock down that F6 square for later use, like knight H2 to G4 to F6. I've seen that in the game of Plasket once. But he's got H6 if he wants to try and unbind. H6 takes. H6 could be the problem. Maybe I can take on E4 or something. Actually, knight D2, trying to just get rid of that knight will be really handy. Okay. F5 maybe later as a breakthrough. So if I overprotect E5 and play for F5, okay, I'll use that, keep hold of that D5 square. B4 here. Is that too luxurious? This diagonal's a bit dangerous. Let me get my queen to help out along that diagonal. So queen G2, knight H4, that sort of thing. A rook D1, B3. And we're just taking on A5 here. Shattered pawns, but he gets B file pressure. I think B3 might be better. D4 could be vulnerable here. His bishop's locked out of the game, so maybe that is a sort of success. Not getting to his king, but kind of locking the bishop out. But it has got this diagonal. Okay, so if I go for that D4 pawn with bishop E1, and then bishop F2. Can I simply try and win this D pawn? Playing like a bishop up at the moment, unless he uses that diagonal. But if I can win that D pawn, then get that D file. Also, this queen on the diagonal might be good. So queen C5, bishop F2. So what was originally a hack tactic is a total switch of plan. Just the fruit of that is just blocking in the bishop, I think. Okay, so bishop F2. So I'm really threatening knight D4. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 1, 2, 3 defending it. So knight D4, I think, is an opportunity. Unless I'm going into a horrendous pin, which it looks as like it is, unfortunately. It's a horrendous pin. So I can use the blockade though, knight E1 to D3. I'll use the blockade instead on the plan switch. If I can get knight d3 and the bishop, okay, to attack the queen and use the b4 square here and protect a2, that's handy. Okay, a4 just locked down counterplay, I think. Mind you, it weakens b3, so he's got knight a5. Right. And bishop d2 here, knight a5. Right, back to this diagonal. Let's just get the queens off then. Or a knight maneuver coming off. Let's get this a bit safer. Centralise the queen. Alright, queen's come off. If I take here, that might be good. Right, can I work on d4 again? Where does the king belong? Knight f2 d3. Now I think that's okay. I can take with the knight, unless that's a huge pin, which I hope it isn't, because I want to play rook d3. Okay. Now what? Knight maneuver. How do I attack that? From c2? How do I get to c2? There. Or just f3 will do. Okay. It's a bit locked, the position. I'll double rooks behind it and get the knight to e4. And knight to f6. So that will stop king e8, because there'll be knight f6. Alright, so I get knight f6 in. And get my king to e4 and then sack the exchange with rook d4. It's a bit committal. While I'm looking at this position, do I sack the exchange? Really? What about knight d6? Let's put spanner in the works here. Then threaten rook d4 definitely is an exchange sack. In fact, rook takes d6 here, there's bishop c7. How's this king and pawn ending? Will his double pawns count against him after king e4? Will he let me infiltrate? Oh! What's going on here? This is dangerous stuff for his king. Surely. I can win a pawn. Something concrete. Put pressure on this one. Okay, this. I'll just keep the pressure up with this for rook e6. I'm going to win on the pawn. It's rook f6. And there's rook e6. I can give myself f5 square. Oh, hang on. Why did I do that? No! That was bad technique, sorry. Okay, time pressure. I know. Look, we've only got a few seconds. It's these messes occur. It could have gone either way then. Totally. Oh, I think the rook exchange was better. Here. I was a clear pawn up. I can exchange off rooks. Oh, please. I can exchange off rooks. And then rook b5 or something. Forking 2 pawns. And then carry on. But no, I almost get myself in a mating net with his 2 rooks. Oh dear, oh dear. This wouldn't be such a problem, would it? But here I was getting in trouble. His rooks coordinated all of a sudden. Coordination and nasty stuff happening. Potentially. Oh well, comments or questions on YouTube. So I was lucky to win that on time there with a second to go, and he ran out of time. Thanks very much.